Dum 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 dum
Space between, space between, space between, space between.
What's going on? It's the Space Between podcast, where we talk about the space between life and art, passion and business, what's happening now and what's happening next. I am Pat Shand.
I'm Amy Shand.
And I'm Ryan Fassett.
And Amy right now has our youngest cat, Chi-Chi, in her sweater kangaroo pouch.
I'm making good use of one of my favorite bridal shower gifts. It's got a big pouch in the front like a kangaroo. And so since our kitten is so small still, she fits right in there. So she's sleepy, so I scooped her up and put her in here. And here she is with us right now.
And in fact,
Being nice and quiet.
Speaking of kangaroo pouches, you guys know where Shannon is?
Oh yeah, Shannon's not here.
Shannon is in the down under. She is hopping along with some kangaroos.
I was going to do an accent, but I don't want to make a fool of myself.
Exploring. No, go ahead, make a fool of yourself.
Down under.
Down under.
Have you noticed that a lot of people that think that, not saying that you do, but people that screw up the Australian accent end up doing a weird Southern accent?
It's true.
Because
I don't
know what the
trying
translation
to do one
is
accent and all of a sudden another one comes out, it's super
It's weird that it's those two, because you hear them and you're they don't really sound alike, but that's what always happens when someone does a bad Australian accent. They're right into a crappy Southern accent,
like Alabama.
Exactly. They're like, "Good day, mate."
Good day, mate.
Speaking of Southern accents, have you guys seen that video of the older man who is campaigning for gay rights, I believe, or no, he is campaigning against a politician who called gays and lesbians perverts.
I have not seen that.
Oh my god, this video is fucking devastating. He's an older man. He has, and I hate to say this because it seems mean, but he has the exact same voice as one of the older characters from Family Guy. And I'm not a Family Guy watcher, but he has that exact Southern voice.
But I know what you mean.
And
as that creepy old guy character on there?
Or? I don't know the context of it. I just know the voice. I don't know the show very well. But I was watching it and just hearing this kindly stereotypical Southern accent voice just breaking down was fucking devastating. Aww. He was talking about how when his daughter was gay, came out as gay, he was anti-gay and said bad things to her, said terrible things to her, and she committed suicide, and now he regrets everything, and now he's fighting against this candidate who calls gays and lesbians perverts. And
how do you go on
for,
like that?
opening.
Yeah, right. It was kind of a serious opening there.
Way to bring us down.
Yeah, well.
But put yourself in his shoes. How do you keep living if you did that?
Oh yeah, I would do just what he's doing.
That's all you can do, I think, right? I think that he feels a lot of the blame.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think that he's also probably he's used this to probably see a societal problem too. That he's now dedicating himself to fighting.
Well, it's definitely a look in the mirror kind of,
What a bummer! I can't believe, Amy, that you chose to start that way.
How dare you?
What a bummer.
Yeah, Amy, you really got to pick it up here.
I haven't seen that.
You gotta stop dragging us
really
into the darkness with you here.
Here we go, you guys.
You have a question of the day?
I have a question for you. This question, we'll get into the questions from readers later on. Mm-hmm. But first, our question comes from a show called The Leftovers. Now,
it's a great fucking show.
Amy and I are watching the show.
I have not seen it.
Ryan has not seen the show.
I am the outsider.
You're the leftover.
He is the leftover. There's a bit of a moral quandary posed to one of the characters in season 3. I'm going to go ahead and say that this isn't a spoiler because it just
really quick.
No, it's
I don't know anything about the show. What is this show?
The premise of the show is one day, I believe, what was it, 1/3?
Well, the first season is based on a book by Tom Perrotta.
Yes. But the overall quick concept, just not to spend too much time on the show.
Ooh, I could go on.
Yeah, because we could do a whole episode about the show. But
give me the quick Netflix pitch.
Right. One day, a portion of the world's population disappears. They're gone. And then the entire rest of the series is the reaction to it. It has some religious aspects to it.
So it's a real Stephen King what if plot.
You know what? It is Stephen King. It's also who runs the show is Damon Lindelof.
Oh, it's a Lost
so
kind of, yeah.
It's
Yes.
very Lost. It's like, it feels like Lost with no corporate influence at all. They can do whatever they want, it seems. Episodes go in directions that you'd never believe.
And this is streaming or
HBO, yeah.
HBO? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
So yeah, and the show is over now, but we're watching the final season, streaming it on HBO Go. And this podcast is sponsored by HBO Go.
I wish.
I wish too.
I'd be sitting in such a way more comfortable chair right now.
Me too. Actually, no. This couch is pretty comfortable. Sorry, Ryan. But all right.
I got here late, clearly.
The question is this, right?
Yeah.
Twins are born.
Yeah.
One of the twins will go on to cure cancer. If and only if the other twin dies right now. You don't personally have to kill the twin. Mm-hmm. It'll be painless. It'll be quick. It'll be right now. All you have to do is nod, and it'll happen. Someone will take care of it for you. Do you do it? That's silence.
No, I know
Yes!
my... No,
If you
here's the
could
thing.
see
I
Ryan's
know my
face
answer.
right now.
Yeah.
I know my answer. I have to think of my defense.
Okay.
Okay, so like, the answer is no.
That's what I thought you were
I
going to
would
say.
not do it
Yes.
because, and you want to go on about the show. I could go on with this. That's why I was stopping and thinking because like immediately just flooded thoughts into my mind of like all the paths I could kind of go with, you know,
Okay.
where the answers. The first thing is I ask too many questions in life about everything. So immediately I'm like, well, who the hell's telling you this? Who's, you know, what's the guarantee of this? You know, how could one possibly verify that this will happen in the future and that, you know,
for years you would worry
exactly,
about it.
you know, and then it, in my mind, that turns into like an argument of faith, which is why, big reveal here, I'm not really of the religious type, because again, I ask too many questions and that tends to go in the face of organized religion. So I guess the answer would be no, because I can't guarantee anything out of that. There's, you know,
Well,
even
hold
though
on.
I know
What
you're
if?
going to say like the whole like, no, we will get, you know, like we'll show you the future or something.
What
you
if-
know,
Yeah, I was going to say that they
But-
did the Scrooge thing to you.
But see, what is that then?
Would
you know,
your
it's like
answer
what
have anything to do with like empathy for the baby right now?
Of course, you know, immediately, but like that's not good enough. You know, like that's too much of like just like the immediate human answer, you know, being like, I'm not gonna kill a kid, screw that. You know, because we're talking, you know, fantasy here ultimately. I think, you know, the immediate quick human answer of, ew, that's messed up. No, that doesn't work. I need to get more, you know, get my hands in the shit here, you know, and really defend why no.
Okay. Well, hold on. First, really quick,
Yeah.
because I want to get into everyone's reasons. But first, let's get some quick answers.
Yeah.
So I want to hear everyone chime in and say what they would do, and then I want to hear defenses starting from Ryan. So, Amy, do you nod or do you not nod?
I'm very torn because I love babies and humans. So, like Ryan was saying, like the immediate response is no, but the more I think about it, I probably would nod yes because, well, I don't want to spoil the show, but like I would say yes if they weren't my babies and like if I didn't know the kids, you know what I mean? Like if it was just a situation where like boom, they're born and then boom, you nod, you know?
Now that's interesting that she asked that. Did we clarify whether they're your offspring or just some random kids?
That I
It's
didn't
hard.
say that, but in the show, that's the first question one of the characters asks, and the answer is, it doesn't matter. The character says, it does matter. And then
It
she's
does,
told,
yeah.
it's not your kid.
Okay.
So, and then also I think about cancer and how it sucks and how many people I know that have died of cancer and how I'm afraid to get cancer myself. So selfishly, I would want it to be cured. So I would be like, yeah,
And
sorry, baby.
I'm going to say,
Sucks for you, kid. Bleh.
Sorry, baby, that I don't know, hopefully, and never see.
I'll see you in hell, kid.
Yeah.
I'll get into my reasoning a bit later, but I can't lie. I would nod, and I would do it with absolutely no hesitation. But I'll get into why after. I want to hear from you, Ryan.
What did I do?
No. I want to hear your thought process. I know
Okay.
that you are digging deep into this one.
Yeah. Another, I guess, question would be, well, what does the other kid do potentially? You know, like, and this is much more of a open-ended kind of thing, obviously, because there's no answer to that one. But what if that kid grows up to potentially do something greater than that? You know, and it's hard to imagine, well, what's greater than curing cancer?
That's a great point.
But what if they do? What if they bring, world peace and, bring us new advances in technology and everything?
Hunger.
Yeah, do all those amazing things that we've been promised for decades and just never seem to happen. He makes the flying car.
I think,
that's the ultimate what if.
That's true. However, if someone told me a kid was going to make a flying car, I'd kill myself. That's the most dangerous fucking idea ever.
Fuck you, man. Have you seen Back to the Future Part 2? It looks great.
It looks great.
So much fun.
Listen,
it does look fun.
The second we're up there flying, we're fucking all dead. Okay?
Would you, out of spite, stay on the ground?
You know what? I don't even know if I would, because once it exists, on the ground, we're all fucking targets. That
and, I feel like there'd be a massive, class warfare kind of thing. It's like the, us versus them.
You fucking groundy?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, ooh, the people driving cars on the streets would be like, it'd be like the old, ooh, college boy, thing, of rednecks. It'd be the same thing. It's like, ooh, Mr. Fancy Flying Car, thinking he's better than us. Well, we're just fine with gravity, mister.
Oh my God.
I don't know if this is specifically a thing isolated to the South, but,
that is a beautiful
it's hard to
Australian
translate
accent.
things across the radio, so, But yeah, flying cars aside, life's a big what-if game. We don't know what tomorrow holds. And that's kind of the point of doing anything, is that adventure of what is next. So it's kind of like, that other question, if someone could tell you exactly when and how you're going to die, do you want to know it? Well, to me, no. Because then everything leading up to that is dread. It's like every decision you make, every moment of your life will be, but that's, what's going to lead to the, you're going to be paranoid the rest of your life.
Would you say that it is Modern Dread, our graphic novel, coming out in July 2018? It'll be on Amazon. It'll be on Store Envy. It'll be at all conventions. Modern Dread by Ryan Fassett and Patch Hand. Coming soon.
It also asks hard questions.
What was that?
It asks hard questions. We kill a kid in it.
We do.
So,
we do.
Yeah,
Actually, you're the one who kills the kid, right?
Yeah, I'm not specific how,
Okay.
He's just dead already when we get started.
That's
so,
true. That's true.
There was no major mankind-changing nod or anything involved. As far as we know, maybe that's what happens after,
So basically, you have too many questions to make such an important choice.
Yeah, I guess, in the end of the day, I can't end a life over an assumption of maybe a good comes of it.
Right.
Because, I have a definitive bad here. That's probably going to haunt me for, the rest of my days. A baby, an infant growing up to cure cancer, they're probably going to be like a middle-aged scientist by the time that happens, right? Because, you got to think about, all the years of schooling and becoming a master of their field and research and coming to that point. So I might not live to see that. I might not live to that moment of, taking that deep breath and releasing, all right, it was worth it. I'm selfishly here. I'm going to have to live the rest of my life being like, oof, I don't know. He's not looking so good. I see him on Facebook partying, he didn't vote the same as me in the last election. There's no way that guy could cure cancer.
That's a good point. You would follow that kid's progress.
He watches Big Bang Theory. That's unacceptable. Stuff like that where it's like, I have a really shitty rest of my days here on a maybe.
Does he watch Young Sheldon?
Oh, if he watches Young Sheldon, that's like, okay, I'm gonna kill him.
This kid's
too.
a fucking
like with my bare
sociopath.
hands. Like I'm sending them packing. Like.
All right, so that is Ryan's no.
That's me.
Amy, you're killing this kid.
You're a cold-hearted monster.
Like I said, it's for the greater good, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because like a baby that is just born is kind of like, in a sense, a goldfish.
Where is this going?
Listen.
Okay.
Look,
Let's hear it out.
very short memory span. Like, of course it can feel and everything, and it's been in the womb, but it's like, it doesn't have like memories, it doesn't have relationships, it doesn't have all of those things that adults and children going into adulthood develop as a human that grows up. And those are the things that they lose when they get and die from cancer, which I feel is a greater loss than someone who has been alive for a very short amount of time and, in a sense, has not that much to lose.
That's a good point.
Why do I feel like the comment section on this episode is going to turn into a huge abortion debate?
Oh my god, no!
A
No,
huge
I'm not,
one of like,
I'm not trying
oh,
to
this
start
life
one of
matters,
that.
but
I'm not trying to start that. I'm just trying to end it.
But
Well,
you
you know
see what
what?
I'm saying? Like, we're kind of like
Yes.
saying those same things that like both sides always argue.
like,
Like,
this
well, it's not
baby
really
is
a
not-
life,
yeah.
and
It's true.
like,
But you know what?
I'm sorry.
I think Amy's right. A baby is like a goldfish.
Stop.
No. You brought it home. I do
I'm
agree.
going to be hated on so hard.
No. If you're hated on, I will be too, because I'm going to put myself out there. I 100% agree. And I've thought in the past that the way that society does tend to make the death of a kid in the news seem much worse than the death of an adult has never made that much sense to me, because to me, the older you are, and of course there's a crest here, someone who is 70, 80, 90 dying isn't as sad as someone who is younger dying.
Right.
I think that's true. But when they say that a 2-year-old didn't get to live his or her life, their life, I don't know if that's as sad as someone who's
It's
30
sad
dying.
for the people around them more
Yes.
so than
yeah,
the
to me,
2-year-old.
it's kind of like a suicide. Not obviously we're not.
Where
saying,
is this going?
No.
As far
no,
as
but
it's
listen,
sadder
what
for
what
the people
what she
around
just
them.
said. Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
Suicide. Look, I'm not saying I'm pro suicide or whatever. Like, obviously it's a terrible situation that led to that. But
Like, it can be prevented with therapy, and please
absolutely,
get help.
It's
but
never the answer. But that person isn't hurting anymore after that.
Right.
It's everyone around them who then have to live the rest of their lives wondering, how could we have helped this?
Right.
They suffer it, not the dead person.
Right.
So
You guys
In
are
that
getting
sense.
good at the podcast game, because you keep coming with these hot takes where I'm like, what? Goldfish? Suicide? But then you bring it home.
It's true.
That's good. That's
It's
good.
true, because and even when you say 2-year-old, to me that's sadder than the infant question that you started with.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
He's
yeah.
I have a friend at work that has a toddler, and that toddler already has a personality. Like, an infant is an infant is an infant. You know what I mean? Like, infant to infant.
I
There's
agree.
not much difference.
The one hesitation I have.
They're all adorable. Just saying, as far as the energy and memories and the things that they've accumulated, it's not as much as a 20-year-old or a 35-year-old that gets breast cancer.
why do we think it is then that a baby or a very young child dying is the ultimate tragedy in people's
To me,
minds?
it's the
then?
ultimate tragedy when someone victimizes them and they die. It is sad.
Well, even in general, let's say they have a bad heart or something. Unfortunately, illnesses
because
happen.
the suffering
people,
of a younger person
Yeah.
is sadder, I feel, because they don't have the strength.
Well,
to,
Pat
handle
even
it.
said
So it's
they say
defenseless.
oh, they had that whole life in front of them. It was the
Yeah.
unlived life thing. That is that what people get really emotional about?
Some
The sort of
people do.
Oh God, the potential that was never realized, or
Some people do, but what I get the saddest about when the young is them when they lose their hair and they're in the hospital and they're suffering.
So the long road of illness. Is,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well, yeah,
sadder
obviously,
for
yeah.
someone who's younger to me, because Also because they haven't had as many like good experiences to be like, well, at least I got to blah, 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 and stuff like that.
I think that part of the reason why society pits a kid's death as the ultimate tragedy is the same reason, and I'm going to sound like a fucking sociopath here, but is the same reason why people pit animal abuse as the worst crime. Because it's someone who is helpless.
Defenselessness,
Yes.
yeah.
Like, there was recently that guy who went viral because he picked up this cat who was outside and just chucked him into the road.
Jeez.
And that video went viral.
I didn't see that one either. I'm missing out on all the
also
terrible
missed that one.
videos.
Horrible. And
I wouldn't have watched that anyways. I don't want to. There's something that's like, all right,
Yeah.
I get it. You know.
it got me angrier than any video I've ever seen. And I recognize that there are people dying out here. But it's the defenselessness of an animal that I think tugs at my heartstrings. So I definitely understand
Now,
that part is at play
I also want to ask you,
for babies.
you get so mad at seeing that. Is it also in a way maybe you're putting your pets' faces on that?
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Definitely.
Right. So maybe we're all a little more, and this is,
Oh,
look,
shit, you're bringing it home.
listen,
this
listen,
is going to
listen.
be a good point.
I'm someone that said no to it, right? I'm not a parent. I don't have a kid. Don't plan on having one.
Yeah.
Yay, Trojan. But
Now we know Ryan's brand choice, okay?
goddamn right. I don't mess around with store brand with
This
that.
podcast
He
is
doesn't-
brought to
he
you
doesn't
by
fuck around.
Trojan Condoms and
They
CVS
got-
brand lube.
They got that
my
kick-ass
God.
spermicidal lube. They're not messing around over there.
In partnership with HBO Go.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Trojan Man's my favorite superhero.
Oh my god.
Screw you, Spider-Man. No, so the three of us are not parents to a child, right? So is it maybe that we're missing that face that we can put on it? That, like a parent, obviously, they get so devastated by seeing, like my mom to this day, if she watches a movie where a kid cries, she's gone. Like it's just like the ultimate tragedy, even in fiction. So are we missing that element?
That's probably true.
We don't have, it's almost like
think
a
so.
phantom limb, like we don't have that to empathize
Yeah.
with.
That's probably true. Because personally, my reason for saying no with no hesitation is it's personal. I can't empathize with a newborn. I can empathize with the idea that someone I know and love will for sure get cancer. It's such
Me.
a no. Stop.
I'm just kidding.
Damn.
anyone.
Amy again
Yeah.
with the brutal
I'm just
downers.
kidding.
Christ.
It's anyone we know, like it's
Yes.
very common.
Yeah, I don't know of anyone that doesn't at least know or is
Like
related to someone that
my
hasn't been
aunts
affected
and
by it.
uncles,
Definitely. And the idea of ending that as a threat, as even a concern for people, I think that's
No, and I said,
the dream,
it's
Yeah.
obviously the ultimate thing,
Yes.
and I would never do anything to not move towards that.
Ryan's pro cancer. Ryan's
I
pro
love me
Starting
some
a chant.
cancer. It's the best. Like if I could drink it as a soda, god damn it, I'd be guzzling it out of kegs.
You know what's crazy?
Anyways.
If we were a popular podcast already, Ryan's pro cancer would for sure be trending.
Yeah,
Imagine that
hashtag cancer
Oh my
rules.
God.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, it's a lovely thought to get rid of it. And I'm not saying I, wouldn't do anything in my power to do it. But this situation with all the, assumptions is kind of the problem.
Ryan doesn't trust anyone.
I don't. I'm a real piece of shit.
He's like,
I have
prove
trust
it.
cancer.
He's like, cure cancer first and then kill the baby.
Exactly. Hey, why wouldn't we? Hey, if that's on the table, why wouldn't you?
You're
If,
like,
if
if
you say
you
no to that,
know-
then you're a
If
psychopath.
you know he's gonna
Right.
do it, then do it.
So, and here's where I am. The one hesitation I have is actually not the kid itself. And I think that the fact that I just said itself is quite telling.
The kid itself.
But the mother.
Change the situation to kittens.
The idea, no. The idea, because kittens can't cure cancer. What I would be sad about is the mother. The idea of nodding and taking. Hold on, Neil's going crazy
Hold on,
right
sorry, Neil is.
Neil's got to answer to this question.
I'm sorry, Neil. This spot is taken.
Our 56-pound Lynx Point Siamese cat, Neil, is trying to climb onto Amy's lap and smother our youngest cat, Chi-Chi.
There's plenty of space next to me, but instead he stepped right on the young one.
It's true. So I couldn't imagine the idea of nodding and taking a kid away from their mother, right? The idea that there's a mother in there who has carried these children. She is who I empathize with here.
But she can have the other one.
Yes, and that's what I stick to because I'm still nodding. Okay. I'm not changing that.
Okay. And that was a total joke, just so you know.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, to lose one child of twins is still really a bummer.
Yeah, I actually know someone.
I was referring back
happened,
to a
pretty
childhood
bad.
story of mine. My brother Jeremy was playing with scissors, and my dad warned him that he could poke one of my brother's eyes out. And my brother Jeremy looked at my dad seriously and said, "It's okay, he has 2 eyes."
And who doesn't look cool in a eye patch? I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
And you know what? It's actually a pretty good point.
There you go.
All right, so
Are we going to the questions already?
we are going to questions just because I feel like these questions that I have are lighter, and also
That's not hard.
This has been a dark
It's
episode,
not
you guys. A little bit.
this has been the
Don't
sociopath
judge
Like
us.
someone
podcast.
could answer, or
We're
someone
good
could ask,
people.
like, you know, when do you think the world's gonna end? And that's technically a lighter question than
It's
where
true.
we've come from here.
I think we have about like 2,000 years.
Oh, you're really thinking
I
we got our
think
shit
we
together,
will
huh?
Probably go.
You say anything less?
Yeah.
Well, now what are we asking? Are we asking when's the Earth gonna end or when's humanity gonna end? Because those are two different things.
That's true. I think that humanity has about 2,000 years left. But about 1,500 of those years are not going to be great.
Okay, so you think like we've got 500 years of like stability left, and
I
then
don't
it's
know if that.
then it's like Mad Max till the end.
I'd
It's
say
like-
relative stability we have.
so. Sort of like a downward trend,
Yes.
like the fall of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
Aliens.
Do you care to elaborate?
You're like that History Channel guy there.
I think
Aliens.
Aliens, man.
my
That's it.
hands at shoulder level, at face level.
Hair at sky level.
Aliens.
Amy watches that guy. I was sitting
I
next to Amy.
seriously watch
I
him.
looked up and I was like, "That's the fucking meme."
I've never seen like him out of the meme.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ancient. Aliens. Okay, sorry. I'm more along the lines of less than 2,000 years, but I think
Yeah.
that the reason I said aliens is because we are already going to have colonized on Mars, so that...
Okay, so you think humanity will pack its shit up and leave before
I hope so.
Earth ends? So
That'd
sort of
be
a
cool.
sort of a Wall-E situation.
Right.
Okay.
Actually, I have no clue, because I guarantee I will not be in this physical form by then.
Well, you sure as shit hope not.
So-
I mean, like,
Unless we go to, like, nuclear war and all die.
so Tuesday.
Oh
Pretty
god.
soon. Pretty soon with that one.
Yeah,
Fucking...
We-
this podcast is not getting any lighter.
Sorry about it.
All right, so
Okay. Anyways,
we have questions from our readers, right?
Okay.
We have a question from Cassandra Porter, and that question is:
ooh, I'm interested in Ryan's response.
the question is Twizzlers or Red Vines?
Oh,
I wish
this
we could
is
text Shannon about it.
this is the one that I said I was gonna curse about, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I know Amy has a take here too. You guys both have takes. I have never had a Red Vine. I don't know what it is.
Tripping.
I'm pretty sure I know her answer because let me tell you, this is the most coastally divided answer since the rap wars.
Oh shit! Are you East Coast on that Twizzler shit?
Sorry.
Oh,
shit.
It is
Damn
coastal
right.
then.
I know Amy is quite a Red Vine fan.
Absolutely she is because
right, go ahead, Ryan.
because
You
she's from
first.
California.
Yeah, you first.
This is I've never seen anything else like this where you can tell exactly where someone is from by a food question like this.
I'm gonna try this.
Dead serious. You go find someone from the East Coast. You go find someone from California. They will answer opposite. Garen
That's probably
goddamn
true.
teed.
That's
All right.
probably true.
I don't like red vines. There's a weird texture to them. They taste like cough medicine. And the worst part is, I feel like they're kind of a fraud candy where if you're a good, honest,
Shots
God-fearing,
fucking fired.
red-blooded American who was raised on the Twizzler as God intended, and then you try a red vine because you think, it's just it's Coke and Pepsi, right? No, it is not. And it is going to hurt, and it is going to hurt bad.
You know, some people would say that Pepsi is much worse than Coke.
Yeah, and that's fine. But, you know, they're at least in the ballpark. Red Vines and Twizzlers are not. They have nothing to do with each other except kind of a shape and a color. They taste nothing alike. Their consistency is night and day different.
I do agree with you there.
This is straight
But
beef.
I know you're going to argue the other side. I know you agree that they're different, but you like the other difference. Like, you're all about the difference. Like,
Right.
Take it away, Amy.
hit that California argument.
You are right that they have a very different texture and taste. In the way that Twizzlers taste like rubber.
We like our candy chewy out east.
And red vines have a nice, almost like a hint of a strawberry flavor, but not really. It's still licorice. It is actually chewable. It's not rubber. And it's good. It doesn't taste like plastic.
I will say, I don't like Twizzlers. I've never had Red Vines, but it does taste quite plasticky. The ones I like, though, are the pull and peel ones.
Oh, yeah, everyone
The
likes
most
those.
plasticky.
So good.
Oh, you don't even like the pull and peels?
I can't fuck with those.
See, I know people that are even like pro Red Vine
If I get
that
the
are
Twizzlers
cool with the
that
pull
are
and peels.
specific flavored, like you know how they have like the little short Twizzlers in the bags?
Yeah, they have like blackberry and stuff.
Yeah, well,
the
I
rainbow
don't like
ones.
black, but I do like, there's like strawberry and there's blue raspberry or something like
Okay.
that. And those are all right, you know.
I've
still
never seen a
rubbery.
bag of the blue
with a
raspberry ones. I've
flavor.
only seen it in like the rainbow mixed ones.
Maybe I'm just fantasizing about an all blue bag because that literally doesn't
Yeah, you
exist.
sound like they tell those stories about like rock stars
all
from
blue
the
Sour
80s.
Patch Kids
Yeah,
bag.
like they talk about like rock stars from the 80s or whatever, how like their concert demands were like, we want a bowl of green M&Ms.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Specifically.
Especially because M&Ms all taste the same. That's amazing.
Yeah, but it's a power thing, you know, like
Fucking assholes.
fucking assholes. Skittles taste different. M&Ms do not.
You know what, though?
Can't wait to be famous.
Say if someone asks for
Off of
all...
this foul ass podcast.
Off of this fucking dreary podcast.
Say someone asks for all green M&Ms, right?
Yeah.
That means that whoever has the job of doing that gets to eat the rest. That's awesome. It's a pretty good job.
Except the M&M store in the city ruined that shit. You can go there and they have segregated color M&Ms.
That's fucking disgusting.
Ooh.
It's
It's like
pretty
a sweet
anti-American.
factory for M&Ms.
So you guys, we have heard from Shannon.
Yeah,
Shannon has
Shannon
answered the
just
question.
in.
from afar.
She says, dude, I have no idea what red vines are.
There it is.
But she has followed up to say, LOL, I hate licorice, though, if that means anything. Twizzlers are good.
See, that's the thing. Twizzlers aren't... Okay, so like, they're kind of like licorice by default, but they're really not. Because I've had like, you know, random like, you know, red rope licorice or like I've gone to like...
old vintage
Exactly,
candy.
yeah. Like, I've gone to, like, Pennsylvania and, like, you know, where they have, like, old-fashioned candy in these, like, little corner shops and stuff.
Like next to the fucking saltwater taffy.
Exactly, yeah. The rock candy, stuff like that.
Saltwater taffy is also fucking nasty.
I'm not a fan of the taffy.
I like that.
I don't like taffy, and I don't like the, like, fudge. Like, you know how, like, people
It's
love,
too
like...
much, right?
The, like,
Yeah.
they can eat, like, a tray of fudge, and I'm like,
Fudge is too much, too.
I can
I'm
only
not a
eat
huge
tiny
chocolate
bit.
guy. So, like...
Same. I like sour candy more.
Yeah, I definitely veer, like, if I have my choice of, like, you know, like a movie theater snack or something, I'd probably go with, like, gummies or, you know, something like that. But anyways, I've had legit licorice, like, and Twizzlers aren't that. Twizzlers are their own animal.
Right.
Gross.
So the Californian says red vines. That's
Yeah.
the answer.
So we have...
I'm outnumbered here.
The ending is exactly what I said it would be.
Yeah.
It's totally where you
You're
were
right.
raised.
You're absolutely right. I'm going to start asking customers at work what they prefer and then guessing what coast they're from.
Yeah, it's Capulets and Montagues here. Yeah.
With the Shakespeare reference.
Well,
Oh,
Shakespeare
yeah.
had a very
What's that, Romeo and
strong-handed
Juliet, or am I
opinion
an
on
idiot?
that.
No, yeah, that is Romeo and Juliet. Question comes from Paul Neefsey.
This one's the one I like a lot.
Just so that the listeners know, Amy is reading the questions over my shoulder, okay? Just so it makes sense that she knows it before I say it. Paul says, does the beard tickle?
Whose beard?
Both of you guys have beards.
Well, does it tickle who? Like us or like...
This question is more for Amy, I think.
Me about you. If Jess was here, she could answer.
No, but that's what I'm asking. Like, is it like us? Like, does our beard tickle us?
I mean,
like in general, or is like
my beard tickles my nose.
Are we asking the
Your
other
nose?
party?
Yeah.
Would that be your mustache?
Yeah, but it's part of the whole beard situation.
It's attached.
Yeah.
For me, the answer would be depending on the length or like the level that it's growing at. When he just shaves it and then it's just starting to come back, it tickles/scratches the most. And then now that it's like long and fluffy, it doesn't.
Ryan, does my beard tickle you?
When you guys make out?
Well, it depends on the evening, I guess.
Exactly. Like
Do you
when
use
shaves,
that beard oil?
Oh my God. You know what? I have wondered for dudes, right? Because when I shave my face, kissing Amy, it feels very different from when I have a beard.
Yeah, because you feel my
you
skin
don't have
on
the
your
bumper.
skin.
Exactly. So now I wonder how it is for two dudes with beards to kiss. Two bears.
Two
okay?
bumpers.
It must feel like sex with a condom, almost.
Follow up.
You know what I'm saying?
What happens if they get tangled?
Oh my God. Oh, that pull.
Yeah, like and I'm sure Pat can back me up here. There is few worse pains than your beard getting caught in and we don't have, like crazy Game of Thrones beards. We just have, like whatever.
Regular men beards.
Yeah, but let's say, especially in the winter when you have coats and shit on, I've caught it, in a zip up or something,
Oh, in a zipper? Ooh.
Well, on a bad snow day, I'll to go shovel or something, I'll zip, have those coats with almost like the mouth guard type collar on it, zip it up. I've caught it in there and it sucks.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Well, I just don't like...
So I imagine two dudes, having a lovely moment and then it's ruined.
Yeah. I don't like the winter getup in general because of that, all of the zipping and buttoning, and then by the time you get it all on, I feel like that the little brother on the Christmas Story when he can't move his arms and he's waddling down the street. I feel like I can't move with my big jacket.
I will say though, I don't think girls fear zippers quite like guys do.
Probably not.
Because there's an incident that's just always in the back of our minds.
Have you been zipped?
You zip your
full
own
on
sass?
Something About Mary style or
Wait, hold on. Just ask that question again.
No. Is that what you're talking about?
Amy said, do you zip your own pubosas?
Yeah.
Yes. Ryan, have you ever zipped your own pubos?
If there
Just to be clear,
if there was a fucking chart to describe how the theme and mood of this episode
just
went.
point on the
God.
stuffed animal where you zipped.
Oh my
Literally,
God.
I can't.
I'm guessing that means you're drunk.
Yeah.
I have not full on again the Something About Mary
Cover your ears, Chi-Chi.
horror scene of that movie. Done that. I think we've all kind of tagged ourselves at least in a moment of rushing and not thinking about the possible...
I have a piercing right on my chest. I could probably get on a zipper if I wasn't thinking.
Do you know what? That I'm sure is horrible.
But
the pubosa area.
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying.
It has happened to me.
Full on
As a kid, it happened to me. Yes.
Damn.
As a young boy.
Full on balls in a zipper.
God damn, Pat. What were you doing?
You know what's funny? I remember.
Oh, you don't forget that.
No.
That's nom.
I was very young. I was at a McDonald's. I was with my mom and my aunt. And
I don't know if it makes it so much worse that it was at McDonald's for some reason.
It's true. Get this. It hurt so much that the meal I had that day, I had fries with extra salt. Mm-hmm. I didn't eat salt for years.
Well, that's probably okay though.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe, no, yeah.
If there's some kind of spiritual force here, maybe, they were steering you away from some cholesterol problem.
That's like when you get really sick when you're drinking tequila, and then you don't want to drink tequila ever.
It's like I once got very sick
from personal experience
from drinking Fireball, and then I've also stopped drinking Fireball now too because of that. But the thing about Fireball is that Fireball is a whiskey, I think, for those who don't know.
With cinnamon.
That tastes like cinnamon.
Yeah.
And it's the one...
It tastes like Big Red gum.
It's like a red hot.
It does.
Yeah.
The flavor is so overpowering that you don't even feel like you're drinking alcohol.
It tastes like a melted candy cane, kind of.
And you feel warm afterwards.
Yes.
And
burns on the way down.
now I can't drink it at all because it was so... I was enjoying the taste of it that I just got fucked up.
You know what I like
See,
to do
I'm
with
like...
that?
What?
Quick little easy cocktail recipe. Take a hard cider, apple cider.
Okay.
And then put a couple shots of Fireball in
Some
there.
cinnamon apple action.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Now, you would serve that warm, I'm guessing. That'd
No,
probably
I
be
put it
good,
on
right?
the rocks.
Oh, okay.
But it would be good warm like a
That's
cider.
what I was saying. It sounds kind of like a nice
Especially
cold
'cause
winter
it's kinda
drink, you know, that
spicy.
you
Ooh, I'm about to
heat up a
fucking
little,
do
you know?
that, Ryan.
Right?
Yeah, but when I'm at the bar, I'll get an Angry Orchard and a shot, and then I'll get the Angry Orchard in a glass, and then put the shot in a glass.
Okay.
It's cold.
We have one more question.
Sorry.
I'll answer this first because I actually spoke about this topic with Shannon before it was even a question. So
Just shooting the shit.
yeah. So I'll mention our conversation and then I'll hear your points of view. So Danielle Drake, who is an excellent artist,
She really is.
she has a question for us. Danielle says, "Do you prefer Wendy's new Sauce sauce, surprisingly dairy-free, or Chick-fil-A's home-style sauce?" And I'm just going to throw it out there. Shannon and I spoke about this because sometimes we speak about my food reviews and such. I tweeted something about Wendy's Sauce sauce. And I said that Wendy's Sauce sauce tastes like Chick-fil-A sauce. Just it's very much a copy of it. And it's guilt-free, though, because now you can have that taste with no homophobia.
Yay!
Right? Because Chick-fil-A, when you buy...
Wendy is a loving lady.
And you know what? Wendy's chicken sandwich, the spicy chicken sandwich is fucking fire there.
Of course.
It's real good.
Of course, it's a classic.
So, first, I want to ask you guys. I have tried the sauce. It is guilt-free, non-homophobic Chick-fil-A sauce.
And dairy-free.
Have you guys had sauce?
Yeah.
You have? Amy, have you?
No.
No! Amy is a no for the sauce. But you have had the Chick-fil-A sauce because you are an unrepentant homophobe.
No, in my past, I've gone to Chick-fil-A when I was a young gal.
Yes. And you know what? There was a time where Amy and I were going to Chick-fil-A because we had heard that they were no longer supporting those causes. And then we found out that wasn't true.
Can we just
They're
throw
just
out
low-key
a
supporting.
quick thing here, though?
Yeah.
Is Chick-fil-A not one of the more overrated fast food type places that people won't shut the hell up
I
about?
have to say no.
It's pretty
It's
fucking
good, but it's not like the way people
It
make it out to
sucks.
be.
Just-
I'd say it's...
I'm not saying it's like Pat has a very against type opinion of In-N-Out.
Yes.
Like most people are like, oh no, In-N-Out's the greatest thing ever, and Pat straight up doesn't like In-N-Out.
Right.
But
He thinks
I'm
it's
not
trash,
saying
yeah.
Chick-fil-A is bad. I like it,
Right.
but it's overrated.
I have to say, I don't agree. I think Chick-fil-A tastes so fucking good, and it's an actively sad part of my life that I choose to not support it. Because to me, In-N-Out, I don't even think people like it. I think it's...
It's totally a culture thing.
I think it's a culture thing. I think it's a trick. And I think that people grow up being told it's good, and I think that people have the, we can't have this, so when I have it, it's good syndrome. Like Sonic.
Yeah.
We grew up not having Sonic. Turns out Sonic fucking sucks.
Here's the thing. You want to get back into this Red Vines argument. Sonic in New York sucks. It is toilet scraping bad.
It's trash, yeah.
Total crap.
Amy, have you
Horrible.
had Sonic?
Yes.
But there's a follow-up here. But Sonic in the South, fantastic. Okay. I don't know. It's like New York pizza. It's like there's places elsewhere in the country that claim they can make New York style pizza, but it just never gets it right. There's something wrong.
Fast food shouldn't have that much variation, though.
It shouldn't. Here's a big problem. The Sonic here in New York does not serve the full menu. Sonics down south have better items on the menu. They have you can get any of their sandwiches on Texas toast, which is pretty friggin' awesome. I
don't
It's
know.
just, I can't explain it. I wish I could. You know, again, like with the pizza, like I've heard that the thing is the water. Like there's some kind of special water in New York that like...
Yeah, it's the elevation.
Right, yeah, there's some kind of like, you know, chemical issue here.
I love
but
the bagels.
I don't know if...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't even mess with bagels outside of the damn
So
state.
good.
It's not worth it. But I don't know what it is. Sonic down south is fantastic. Here it is pure garbage. Not even like, I'm not even going to be semi, you know, delicate about it. It sucks here.
No, it's trash.
It's so bad.
So Amy can't chime in on this question.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, taste-wise, Chick-fil-A sauce is a little bit better. But Wendy's sauce is so close that, one, Wendy's is clearly coming for Chick-fil-A's head.
Right.
With their excellent spicy chicken sandwich and
Which,
their new
to be
sausage
fair,
sauce.
Wendy's has always had good chicken sandwiches.
Yes, but man, have you had the spicy recently?
Yeah.
The shit is gotten
Oh,
better.
they're definitely upping it.
It's gotten better.
Now, I will say, I'm a critic of Wendy's on certain things. I think with their whole, like a few years ago, they changed everything up and got all bougie. I think that really ruined it.
Oh, hold on. You and Amy are going to be beefing right now.
Why?
Because, all right, so Wendy's a few years ago changed their fries and their burgers.
Tragedy.
Amy's favorite fast food burger is the Dave's single with cheese.
It used to be, but it kind of got old for me.
Is that true?
Yeah, I like the spicy chicken more now.
You know what, Amy? I had a Dave's single recently, and I ate it, and I actively felt like an asshole because of how much I didn't like it. Because I'm like, man,
Maybe it got worse, and that's why I got over it.
I don't know what they changed everything.
They don't
Wendy's
season
used
their
to
meat
be
either.
the best late night fast food joint. Like I worked at a movie theater for like all my youth, and so movie theater hours we get out at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. depending on the day.
right.
Hit that Wendy's drive-thru on the way home. Grab that, you know,
So satisfactory.
the double or whatever.
Really
you
is.
know, it wasn't putting on airs. It was messy. It was friggin' just great. It was just perfect as is. And their fries were just nice. You know, like they weren't trying to copy McDonald's. They were doing their own thing. They tasted a lot like, if you know, like the, you know, awesome like boardwalk style, you know, fries and stuff. Wendy's was just Wendy's, and god damn it, I loved it. Its simplicity was what made it soar. And then a few years ago, Wendy's moved into a different neighborhood or something and decided to change their look. And with that, they changed all their ingredients. Their fries became these like
Natural cut.
natural cut
Wah,
sea
wah.
salt fries, and they are dry. They're boring. It tastes like they're not even fried. They're just kind of like cut potato-y.
They're like baked.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's just, you don't want to eat them. It's a waste. If I ever go to Wendy's for a chicken or something, like I get with like the chili or something on the
Imagine
side because
just
the
the
fries
chicken
aren't
coming
worth my
out of the
time.
window.
That's what I pictured. I was like, you going to Wendy's for a chicken?
No, not like, you know,
Please.
not like Blues Brothers here, you know, like, no, like, you know, chicken sandwich or something. Their nuggets are still pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I miss when they had the spicy chicken nuggets.
Me too.
But with their burgers, they changed all the ingredients. They put like different everything on it. They have sweet pickles now, which have no goddamn business anywhere on this planet, let alone on a burger.
I mean,
Not like sweet pickles.
I would argue that no pickles have business on a burger,
I
but
loved it.
I'm in the
I like my
minority there.
pickles on my burgers, but they better be the right pickles
They
or
better
else
be
I'm willing to
crunchy
get
and
violent.
dill.
Exactly. These are soft ass sweet pickles. All right.
Oh boy, oh boy.
These are some weak goddamn pickles.
But
And yeah,
what-
everything's different. I'm not a fan anymore.
What are your thoughts on the sauce?
It's good. You know, I'm not a guy that sauce makes or breaks my experience with
Okay.
this stuff. If there's a good sauce, hey, great. Like I was telling you recently, over the summer, Popeyes, which, you know, we both have an undying love for.
Yeah, it's the best corporate chicken spot.
It's the greatest, you know, like not fast food, but like, you know, maybe, you know, a step above that where it's like you have to wait a little bit, but it's worth it,
Yeah.
you know, like kind of thing. Best of that stuff. And over the summer, Popeyes came out with this like what was it called? Like a firecracker sauce or something. And basically it was like, to me at least, it tasted like they mixed sriracha with honey. And that sweet and like biting spicy mix was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that was a great ass sauce, you know, but if they didn't have it, it's not like, okay, this meal is ruined for me. It's still kick-ass Popeyes, you know? So I guess that's the deal, you know, like I'm not super all about the sauces at places. So like if a sauce is good, I'm like, all right, you know, cool.
I think that a great sauce can elevate a mediocre item, but no sauce can save a bad item.
Touche.
Is what I'd say.
Yes.
However, the closest sauce that comes to saving a bad item has to be, and I go with Popeyes Blackened Ranch.
It's good.
And I think it's time to wrap up, you guys. This has been the Space Between podcast. You can follow us at Space Between Ent on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you want to have your questions answered, you can hit us up there or email us at spacebetweenent@gmail.com. So again, thank you for listening, and bye, you guys.
Bye.
See ya.